Hi, I'm JB Wagner. Welcome to my channel, Unconventional Wisdom. I come to you with over 50 years of photographic experience. You don't need to subscribe, you don't need to like, because I'm not doing this to try and make money. I'm doing it for fun and to share knowledge I've accumulated over the years. This video is about my Panasonic Lumix G9. This is a camera I fell in love with when I first saw it years ago. I was in Cologne, Germany, and saw it in the window of a camera store right by the Cologne Cathedral, and just felt like that is a camera I want at some point. I didn't even know why. But I like to get right to the conclusion. Is this a camera you should consider buying now? And I have to say unequivocally, yes. Why? First is the price. So the new model, the G9 II, has come out, and that has dramatically affected the price of this camera, which now can be bought. I just saw it on eBay, brand new through 6th Avenue Photo for $6.99, through Walmart. No, that was Walmart 6th Avenue Photo for $7.54 for the body. I've seen $6.99. They have it renewed on Amazon for about $7.50, whatever that means. I've always wondered, I always think it's just new, but they're just moving out. Remaining stock is my guess. Panasonic is. I don't know how you renew one of these anyway. And so there's incredible values out there. Used, you're talking 5 something, and you can buy a warranty, an affordable warranty if you're worried about that. So the first thing is value, not just on the camera body, but on lenses as well. I have attached on this a kit lens that's the 14 to 45. It's an early Panasonic kit lens. You can pick these up for $90, and it's a surprisingly good lens. But you can also pop for and try and get a great deal on the Panasonic Leica 12 to 60 zoom, and it's an 2.8 to f4 lens. It's what I'm filming with right now, so I can't show it to you. It's a fantastic lens, and I just saw one on eBay from a reputable seller going for $275, which is a remarkable deal. This is the MSRP on that lens is $999. So if you can get a combo of that lens and the camera body at a good price, that's a great way to go. That lens has really good image stabilization, and this body has like 5 stops of image stabilization, and this body's capable of interacting with the stabilization in that lens, providing you probably upwards of 7 stops of image stabilization. So why wouldn't you buy this camera? It's because of the autofocus. This has contrast-based autofocus, and that was the case with all Lumix cameras until recently. The G9 II, which has had glowing reviews as the best micro four thirds camera ever, has phase detect autofocus that's more competitive with the focus put out by Sony, Nikon, and Canon. Fuji, for some reason, Panasonic dragged their feet on this for many, many years. The question is, do you need that? I don't. Whenever they test it in video, they have somebody running toward the camera, swinging their head back and forth and up and down to see if it'll stay tracked on their eyes. And I'm like, who makes videos like that? The reality is filmmakers mostly use manual focus lenses. So this has decent autofocus. You have to ask yourself how good of autofocus you really need for what you do, whether it's photography or video. This camera is a better video camera than when it came out, significantly better because of firmware upgrades that Panasonic came out with. There's tons of videos on YouTube about how good this is as a video camera. It is an excellent video camera with a 20 megapixel micro four thirds sensor. You can do pretty much pro level quality video with this camera. So to me, the only real drawback is the autofocus. 20 megapixel sensor is all I need. I mean, I've done enlargements that are like 32 by 40 on canvas that are beautiful, even cropped, because of the software technology that's out there. I shoot only in RAW, and I use DxO Photo Lab and Topaz AI to process my images. So some of the critiques of Micro Four Thirds and the smaller sensor size I find completely empty because of what I can do on the back end, frankly. Now, other lenses that you might consider, and again, this is a bargain proposition that I'm talking about. There are an incredible number of Micro Four Thirds lenses, but this 45 to 150 is a good complement to any of the standard kit lenses. So that's an equivalent of 90 to 300 in full frame. And this is going on eBay used for like $100 as well. It's crazy. Then if you want a compact travel lens, the Lumix 20 millimeter f1.7 is beautifully compact, and it's super sharp. It's fast autofocus, and they're going for under $200, which is amazing. And then I had a viewer point out that there's also a similarly sized 14 millimeter Lumix lens, and that's going for the $100-something range. That gives you a wider angle of view, same physical presence, and is also rated very highly. So that's worth considering as well if you're looking for something compact. If you want something to produce the ultimate bokeh at a bargain price and manual focus, the Brighton Star 35 millimeter 0.95 lens is amazing. And I'll put a link or descriptive information about all of this in the descriptive area below. But this lens sells for under $200, which is ridiculous. It is manual focus, but this camera is a joy to use with manual focus. This camera has one of the best in its time. It's been exceeded arguably now by a few cameras. It's a superb viewfinder. It's still a top drawer viewfinder. Incredible detail and viewing experience, and has manual focus aids such as focus peaking and magnification that go along with a manual focus lens like this. This lens looks like a Leica lens. It feels like a Leica lens, and it shoots like a Leica lens for practically nothing. So this is a 70 millimeter equivalent for full frame, and it gives you, that's like a perfect portrait lens length, and you get this fantastic separation. It has its unique characteristics, but if you're trying to do creative images and you are into bokeh, getting this for $180 something direct from Brighton Star is simply amazing. I mean, it's an incredible deal. There are many other lenses to choose from, and that's one of the reasons that still makes the Micro Four Thirds platform compelling. And this camera takes advantage of all that. The one other little flaw in this camera is the shutter button is very sensitive. It takes a very light touch. So when you first start using it, you'll almost certainly fire off shots you weren't intending to, because it touches so easily. I don't know why they did that. That's the way it is. You get used to it, and it's not that big a deal. But when you look at this compared to lower level models like the G7, G85, whatever, at the price these are going for, this is a far more substantial capable camera in so many ways. And I'll put a link or two to full reviews of this as both a video camera and as a photographic camera, or a hybrid camera, both. But I highly recommend this camera. It's still a great camera, and at this price point, and getting into it arguably with a $100 lens that's surprisingly good, it's a shockingly good value. And then you could build your system from there. And if you're shooting video, I mean, you can shoot extraordinarily high quality video. Again, it's just whether you need the best follow along autofocus that tracks an image as quickly as possible, then this isn't the camera for you. If you don't do that, and you can have a generally good autofocus but not a great autofocus, then this camera will be definitely be worth looking at. Thanks for watching.